When I graduated from high school, my favorite teacher gave me a copy of his favorite book, A Severe Mercy. Now, this was my world history teacher, so I definitely wasn't expecting him to give me a Christian biography, but I read it right away. It instantly became one of my all-time favorite books. In A Severe Mercy, the author Sheldon Vanauken tells the story of how he and his wife became Christians and how he ultimately faced the death of his wife at a young age. There are about 1,000 things I love about this book, and if you ask me, I think everyone should make time to read it. But today, I'll just tell you about one part that made a lasting impact on me. On the very last page of the book, after you have heard all about this incredible journey full of joy and doubt and struggle and sorrow, Sheldon closes with one simple line: under the mercy. I think I probably read and reread that line 10 times with tears in my eyes. How could a man who had just finished reflecting on losing the love of his life declare so confidently that he was under the mercy of God? It was beautiful and heartbreaking at the same time. As Orthodox Christians, we are constantly praying, "Lord, have mercy." But I sometimes wonder, do we really believe that no matter what happens, we are already under the mercy of God? And what does it mean to be under the mercy anyway? To be under God's mercy means that we are willing to trust not only that God is truly in control, but that He has our best interest, our healing and salvation in mind. To be under God's mercy means that difficulties and joys, trials and blessings are received as gifts from God, who loves us and desires that we be saved. To be under God's mercy means that we are freely given the grace of the Holy Spirit, even as we remain unworthy to receive it. 2020 was a wild roller coaster for all of us, and I think we all learned to some extent how much we don't and can't control what might happen next. But instead of feeling helpless at seeing how little we control in the world, I challenge all of us. Can we say, like Sheldon, that we are under the mercy? We are entering a new year, and I know we all have things we learned last year that we'd like to carry with us going forward. I hope that one of those things might be to put our hope in God, who loves us, and to reflect on all the ways we can know that we are under God's mercy. For me, that means taking time to ask myself, how is God calling me to Himself right now? And asking that question in the midst of every circumstance. Sometimes the answer comes easily, and other times, I'll be honest, it's difficult for me to remember that I am under the mercy, and that God is calling me into His kingdom every minute of every day. But I take courage knowing that people like Sheldon, who suffered greatly, can still trust in God's mercy, and I'm striving to get there too. I hope you'll join me in the pursuit. We'll be back later this week with 2 more reflections for the new year, including some practical steps you can take to begin to see the world around you with a perspective that truly believes that we are all under the mercy.